On Christmas Day, we ran for the first time a new episode of our On the Farm series. Because it was so well received, we decided to bring it to you again right away. It's entitled A Faith-Based Industry, and it takes us to the Mississippi Delta, where in the darkness and struggle of turmoil on many of the farms there, one pastor has used faith to shine a small ray of light to let farmers know they're not alone.
So day one, first day on the job, I had, a family. I'll never forget, family said, hey, will you be in your office this week? Sure, I'll be in my office this week. Come on by, let's visit. And so they came by and they were going, okay, so last year was tough. This year is even tougher for the farmers. This mom and dad, who had 2 children and have a couple of grandchildren, are saying to me, we are gonna have to file bankruptcy. And all of our family has been farming these fields, this land, for nearly 100 years. And we're going to file bankruptcy, and it seems like it's going to end with us. And I go, okay, well, this is an outlier. And unfortunately, it became the norm. Let's pray. Let's pray. God, we're so grateful for the day that you've given us, and we're so thankful that we have an opportunity to just praise you today. And I pray, God. I grew up in North Mississippi. I'm a Mississippi boy, but I'm definitely not from the Delta. So this is my first foray into the Delta. I really never even considered farming, never really thought about farming, and I'm just being honest about that. You just assume that your food's going to be there, the clothing is going to be there. You assume, somebody's doing it, but as long as I don't have a lack of, I really even think about it. In Clarksdale, Mississippi, we have no backup industry. There's no furniture industry here. There's no car industry here. There's nothing. It's agriculture. We make it or we fail on our agriculture community. If I'm going to be spiritually helping those in a farming and agriculture community, then I've got to learn. And so I've set about connecting with farmers. Out of those conversations, I began to become aware of how I and the church as a whole can better support this community. We had plans in place to have what we called Fields of Faith. And we just started advertising as a church family, hey, we want to bring our farmers together. And we want you to know that we see you. Had no idea at all how many people would show up. Had nearly 200 people show up. And we were going, okay, this has struck a nerve in this community.
I've been very blessed. My grandfather, my father, they were all, good farmers, good stewards, and been very profitable. And so I don't want to be the one that something happens. Everything just keeps going up. We're yielding is about as good as you can yield, great yields, blessed with good land. It's just to the point where it's like I told somebody, we can't out yield these input costs anymore. It's a real unclear picture, looking ahead. It's just a little scary. I've had bad years before, but the next year you have a good year and you're okay. But now if you stump your toe, you're about done. I mean, it would be a disaster. The only thing I can control is to do the best job I can, to grow the best crop I can, and do it as efficiently as I can. And you just got to have faith, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
The church has notoriously done a pretty poor job of supporting people in crisis. We people of faith are really good about saying, well, you're in my thoughts and my prayers. A thought and a prayer is good, but boots on the ground is even better. How can we take visible action to show these people who mean so much to our community of faith, our community at large? How can we show them? One day I'm driving into my driveway, and next door to me is a family, and out in front of their front yard it says, proud supporter of St. Elizabeth School. And I went, hey, why can't we get signs made up? And so I had 50 made, and the next Sunday I told the church, I said, hey, put it in a visible place. I want to make sure that farmer, when he shows up to his field to plant, that he sees that sign out there. Or if he's already planted, he sees that this field's been prayed for. And so those 50 were gone that morning. Well, I came back the next week and I said, hey, I got 75 more signs gone. So I ordered 50 more. I have had more people text me, call me, so grateful to show up to my farm this morning and see this sign. What a blessing it was to know that these people have intentionally come out to my field and put a sign here.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. I mean, it's, you know, it allows you to, hey, you're not alone. You got other people here that know what's going on, know the problems that you're dealing with. You know, there's been many times I've beat myself up like, what am I doing wrong? You know, am I doing something wrong? I'm not yielding enough, or am I, you know, finance-wise, am I not looking at my finances close enough? We probably do keep some of that in.
I'm just doing what I can as a minister to support groups of people that I know that are in crisis. That's what we do. And I tell you about farmers, because they are isolated, they don't really know how to how to communicate these struggles, because we're taught in the South, when you pull your bootstraps up, man, and you just push through. And so what I think has happened, these old hard-crusted bootstrap farmers come and they're just chattering. And whether they know it or not, what they're doing is they're supporting each other. From the mental perspective, maybe having those conversations is more beneficial than they even really realize.
Oh, if I didn't have my faith and have faith in God, there's no way you could make it farming, because you would have no hope. You know, you've been working your whole life, like me, for 32 years. I don't want to lose everything I've worked myself over the last 32 years in a matter of a couple of years. And that can happen, and it's happening right now. And it's scary because, you know, there's people that have been just like me, third and fourth generation. I mean, my son's farming with me now. He's fourth generation. Well, I don't want to pass this down to him like the way it is now. You know, I don't want to quit farming because I don't want to put that stress on him.
So I had a young farmer sitting out on the front porch of his house, looking out over his farm. He said, I need a home run in 2025. If I hit a home run, if I get my crops planted, if the rain, sun, wind all work out for me, my yield was as good this year as it was last year, on paper right now, I will lose $400,000. A farmer's life is a perfect parallel for anyone's faith journey. A farmer cannot control the rain. A farmer cannot control the wind. I mean, it's all left up to faith.
Lord, just help me get through another day, And the next day, hopefully it'll be better.
Very important. If you or someone you know is in emotional crisis, call or text 988 anytime for confidential, free crisis support. Well, Pastor Franklin really found a way to connect to the farmers, didn't he?
He certainly did, Mike, and there's an interesting connection there because back in the day when I was earlier in my career, I was working at the television center at First United Methodist Church, and for a short period of time, Pastor Franklin was the associate pastor there. So it was really interesting to see him show up in this story and saying, hey, I know that guy. So it's nice to see he's connecting to the farmers there.
And we had a strong reaction to the story as well.